How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Elder Scrolls Online, the Seasons of the Worm Cult. It's night time. I was talking to that cat for a long time. Let's go. We gotta go over here to Blood on the Water. I'm just gonna double check that boss. It's not far away, so I might as well have a little look, have a little peek. See if anybody's fighting it. Otherwise, we won't worry about it. For now, until the next episode that I pass by. Oh, there he is, dead again 3 times. How the heck? What? 1, 2, 3. Whoa, tripled up. They're triplets. Jeez, I keep missing the party. Okay. Talk to Captain One Eye. That is our quest. Cana Wall Cove. Where's this damn road?
Rest a moment, then we'll find the others. Wait, who approaches?
Hey, Bones. Karg's head count? Accounted for. Karg, that's me. Captain One Eye, Argenta, missing. Kuzali, Suraj, Murphion, Adolir, Armel. Telandindo of Cloudrest. Teldanindo. How come that sounds very familiar?
Scythius blind me to meet a familiar face in dire times. Me crew is in rough shape. Might be you've come to help us. You know old One Eye always pays. This place doesn't stink of the Thracian Sea. Where are we? The sisters?
Wait a second. When did we meet? What? We're on Solstice. It's an island on the Padomaic Ocean.
Solstice? Then the whispers we heard of a new plane meld were true. But we're back on Nern. That means Captain Sane sails my waters now. We'll scuttle him back to the Azure Seas before he claims this island for Cold Harbor. Will you help us?
What would you need me to do?
Captain Sane's ship landed in the cove north of us. Scout ahead through the caves, board the Caterwall, and find somewhere to place this rune. It's one I've been saving just for him. Did you happen across any of my crew on your way here?
I met Suraj nearby. He said he'd follow shortly.
Always did land on his feet. Captain Sane may have captured the others. Watch for them, but try not to get spotted. He'll kill him if he smells trouble. And take my grappling hook. Use it to get through those caves and board the Caterwall unseen.
Alright, I'll plant this rune on the ship and see about the rest of your crew.
It'll fare better for my crew's survival if no one spots you. Stay hidden from Captain Sane's watchlings and silence them if they try to squeal. Place that rune on the Caterwall's deck, somewhere near the supply stores. Then come back in one piece.
Tell me more about your crew. How did you all end up in Cold Harbor?
First plane meld stranded most of them in Cold Harbor. We rebuilt my ship and vowed to escape back to Nern together. Wasn't quite sure how we'd manage that. Suppose I should be thankful this second plane meld got me out the same way I got in.
How have you been since I saw you last?
I won't lie. Been a rough go for old One Eye and her crew. Running, hiding, hunting, starving. Keeping out of Captain Sane's grasp by nothing but our wits. Hoping we'll fare better now that you're here.
Where did I see this person? Was it in Cold Harbor or was it in... Were you that... Was it like in a delve somewhere? I can't remember.
Don't know if we can sail with just us few, Captain.
If we even have a ship fit to sail, we'll think of something.
Hey, Karg. Do you remember me?
Hope you're better at sneaking than me. Argenta's pretty good at it, but she's in no shape right now. Glad you're here, whoever you are.
He doesn't know me. Then again, we also developed a bit of amnesia between the events of everything that happened prior to Somerset. We hit our head very hard. Woke up in Somerset.
That's insane! I found another to feast on!
Woke up in a new character tutorial
I got an intruder!
at the beginning of Somerset. I still don't remember what happened prior to that all. But they do talk about the plane melds and all this stuff, and I'm sure it had something to do with it. I just can't quite remember the details.
Right?
It's all fuzzy.
Found someone!
Do you like my sneaking? Very sneaky. Very sneaky. The sneakiest Dragonknight. Captain One Eye gave me a rune to place on the deck of the Caterwall. Captain Sane's ship. She suggested I sneak through the caves on the way to avoid being spotted. If Captain Sane captured her crew, I don't want to give him an excuse to harm them. What if that would happen?
If we don't sink soon, the captain will hang us by our toes from the topsails.
Freebooter! Hang on. There was an optional thing? What was the optional thing? Who knows? There was an optional thing. Grapple point.
You need strength, Captain. One Eye is planning something. I'm sure of it.
That's Captain One Eye to you. And how right you are. This prisoner will do.
Oh! Damn.
Captain One Eye thought she led us into a trap, but the seas of Nirn are ripe with plunder. Prepare to sail.
You heard your captain. Prepare to weigh anchor.
I bet I couldn't have jumped down there to save him. So I wonder if that was as a result of me not sneaking around.
Captain! I smell a rat. I'll find it.
Disembark. But I gotta read that book. When the crowns of bones business is behind me, when I have made amends for the failure of my master, I will use the blood of mortals among my crew to pen the final entry. Then I will take to the seas of Nirn once more. May blood on the water hail my arrival. In between my eviscerations, forming again from the Creator, and being smote by his might once more, my master told me the tale of the defiant Captain One Eye. I hardly listened. I learned she is a gutless, gormless lizard of no renown in this plane or any other. Her ship is The Bonnie Spriggan? An artless chimera cobbled from the bones of the wretched lost fleet? When this crown of bones business is behind me, when I have made amends for the failure of my master, I will use the blood of Captain One-Eye's crew to pen the final entry. Then, I will take to the seas of Nerd once more. May blood on the water hail my arrival. This hunt should be easy. My master says, sometimes the prey turns and nips us. It is a small thing. I see now why he bestowed this mission upon me. Captain One-Eye is more than nipping prey. She is prey packed into a corner, thrashing claws, baring teeth, defending her crew as a Perthen protects her spiderlings. She takes the blood of Cold Harbor, like she hatched in a pool at its luminous edge. She's as cold and slippery and quick as an azure eel, and it is I, master of the sea that I am, who is uniquely suited to her elimination. The chase has been nothing short of invigorating. Captain One-Eye collects mortals lost in Cold Harbor, like gathering shells from a beach, promising to see them out of this plane, no doubt in exchange for their loyalty and service. The skeletons, those on her crew enlisted from the Lost Fleet, are proving the greatest challenge. Being undead, they are easily reassembled after taking damage from arrows, or being blasted apart by magic, but those lost overboard are incomplete or lost forever. Captain One-Eye cannot go back for them. Their souls are free to depart, and it feels like a lash from my master every time they do. But it is another spirit broken, another expendable whittled away between me and my true quarry. We came within spitting distance of the Bonnie Spriggan, kept our teeth quiet, and made to catch them unawares. It all seemed perfect until some feckless mortal rang the ship's bell. Its enchantment had a strange effect on my quartermaster. In the chaos, one of their crew managed to grapple aboard the caterwaul, rifle around my quarters, and leave, having taken one of my most prized possessions. I will make that oaf swallow his own tusks for doing this to me. In the end, they fended us off from dislodging the hooks we'd set in their hull until they managed to run the caterwaul aground. The captain then severed the ties and gained a significant lead while we made repairs. It is, as my master would say, a small thing. We hunt again. This may be a game of persistence. Captain One-Eye is dwindling low on crew and supplies. Breaking her morale should be simple. Were it anyone else, it would be done already. On my caterwaul, one of the vampires, hunger in his eyes, asked if we might change course. Chase something new. Something new, said I. Aye, said he, so I agreed to show him something new. I had him strung up like I meant to keelhaul him, but kept him stretched flat under the belly of the ship. Then I sailed through the shallows to scrape him along the seafloor. His blood swirled around us as we sailed on. Eventually the ropes came loose and I threw what was left of him back to the churning plasm. We learned that vampires make for poor chum, enticing not even the eels. No one's asked for anything new since, just as well. I'm quite taken with this new punitive measure. We will not break before Captain One-Eye does, not on our own seas, not when she is within my reach. I wonder if her soul will try to slither away just the same as she did in life. I will sustain myself on the thought until I can gorge on the woeful souls of her crew and finally reclaim the crown of bones. Finally, good news. A whirlpool opened on the Azure Sea, no doubt from the worm cult's efforts on behalf of my master. Captain One-Eye steered straight into it, cackling like some mad swamp witch. We followed. It led to Nern, which is just what she hoped for. I confess it is also what I hoped for. Sailing the seas of Nern has always been my greatest desire, superseding that of carrying out my master's will. So long as I am here, he cannot touch me. As for Captain One-Eye, what can she do with a crown of bones here? Let that useless trinket sink to the bottom of the sea for all I care. If pressed, I will say I have not abandoned my master's will. I merely meant to aid in subjugating this plane to his own ends. I am best suited to do this from the deck of my ship, any ship. As soon as we're done with repairs on the catawal, we'll take to the sea. Plunder and conquest await. None will stop me this time. Damn. It's a whole lot of story. Whole lot of backstory. Where is Suraj? I can't see you. The hell are you? Above?
Captain One Eye sent me after you. Wanted your report, and wanted to ask you another favor as we're spread so thin. Suraj supposes you placed her rune just fine. Did you chance across any more of our crew? The Bonnie Spriggan needs all hands.
Captain Sane took them prisoner. His quartermaster convinced him to kill one for strength.
Quartermaster Zynark? Oh, that slithering tyrant. If I weren't a humble Alfiq, I'd use this bell to lure her somewhere quiet and cut off her hissing head. But Suraj isn't one to defy the good captain's orders.
What are her orders?
To dig up the bones of the old Lost Fleet crew before they wash away in the tide. None of us are fit enough to fend off the scavengers that gather where they fell. We'll need all hands once we're fit to sail. But if it were up to Suraj...
Is there something else you think I should do instead?
Kill the quartermaster. Oh, Suraj recovered our ship's bell down by the water. Find somewhere quiet to ring it, and I know she'll slither out to investigate. But it is your choice, Longstrider. Bones, blood, or both, if you're feeling productive.
Got it. I'll take the bell and I'll decide what I want to do.
Talk to Captain One Eye, Longstrider. Suraj thinks maybe he spoke out of turn, suggesting you defy her orders. But you came back alive! That's got to count for something!
Are you sure it's a good idea to use an explosive rune when there's prisoners on that ship?
Suraj didn't think about that. Where on the ship did you place the rune?
On the upper deck, toward the front of the ship, near some supply crates.
After the captain's cabin. I know where you mean. Don't worry, Longstrider. Prisoners and the press gang aren't allowed up there. Unless much has changed since Suraj sailed on the Caterwall. Perhaps the distraction will help them escape.
Gather bones of the lost crew. Kill the quartermaster. Which... the bones are in there. Quartermaster's in here too. Spacious cavern, okay. What? No map? What's going on here? Oh, can I not drop down? If I drop down there, I'll just die. Oh no, there's a grappling point. Where do I... hang on. Suraj suggested my time spent is better spent killing Zynark. I should decide which task I want to do or do both. I want to do both. Gather bones of the lost crew. The only thing is if I grapple down there, I might not be able to grapple back up. Because the grappling point's here. I don't know if I should be able to see it. Oh crap! Well, that tested that theory. Oh, actually, hang on. Maybe I can. Yeah, I can't go from here. Anyway, I'm a little bit confused about this quest.
Don't underestimate that.
Maybe I just gotta go outside. That says gather bones over here.
I'm gonna show off a little.
The hell am I? Wait a second. What is going on? What is going on? Gather bones. Let me out here. I don't think I'm... Something's not quite right. Alright, I am in the right spot.
Ooh, now that's impressive.
That was impressive. We're gonna get the bones and we're gonna kill that quartermaster. Alright. Now to defeat Zynark, the piece of trash. Ring-a-ding-ding.
No! Help, please!
I got you.
Who come to save you? I'll feast on your soul!
Oh, watch out for the blast wave.
I love it when you do that. Serves you right, you leech. Thank you, stranger. Captain One Eye sent you, didn't she? I'll follow soon.
Amel?
I never thought we'd make it home. Adrolier, though, he always held on to hope.
Alright. Glad I could help. Let's go back to One Eye.
Glad you made it back, pirate. The crew's patched up enough, and my Bonnie Spriggan's next. If we can get on the sea before the caterwaul, we can strike her before she makes it to open water. Where did you place that rune I gave you?
I placed the rune on the deck near some supply crates, just like you asked.
That's what I like to hear. Suraj tells me that when he passed on my orders, he might have put another far more dangerous idea in your head.
He asked me to kill Quartermaster Zynark and collect the bones you wanted. I did both.
Both? Well now, you're very ambitious, aren't you? If only you'd been with us on the Azure Seas. Might be you'd be the captain now instead of old One Eye. Glad to have the others back. Still willing to help us get another leg up?
What would you need me to do?
Another choice between two matters. Talk to Argenta first, then Suraj. They've more insight than old One Eye. Either or both of these tasks will help us in the battle ahead. Whichever you choose, I'll thank you no less.
Right.
Since you're well clear of that ship, it's time to set off my rune. Shoe Knox and Zilnak.
Oh, what
Nice rosy backside, Captain! Where'd you learn to make something like that?
That's just how we do things south of Morrowind.
That's how we roll. I wanted to see the explosion. Love letter from Adrelir. Oh, come on, you're killing me. I'm going to read this whole thing now. Melly, we're prospective, undaunted. We're supposed to be brave. We've been through a lot yet. I'm still not bold enough to say aloud what echoes in my heart, so I'll use this parchment salvaged from the ship log to finally admit that I'm completely taken with you and have been for some time. I first realized I was smitten when I offered a friendly wager to see who the better archer was between us, and you completely trounced me, in the Elden Root Enclave, no less, in front of Glirion and everyone. When they sent Undaunted into Cyrodiil to assess the Imperial City sewers, I'd bribed Bolgrul to be part of your group, so we could prove our worth together. I still dream of those early days on the road, riding out of Valenwood into the desert, sharing stories and getting to know each other. And here's where I have to apologize for those scars of yours. I'd have passed off the task to Malum if he was still there to stitch you up, but it was just you and me after that ambush. I don't know if you remember how badly my hands were shaking after that brush with death and being that close to your lips. You were too kind in reassuring me that at least the scars would impress Urgalag when we made it back. That's what I told myself. There was no sense in making my feelings known with so much at stake, but it was just us trying to survive, so I hid my heart as your comrade and fellow undaunted hopeful, and swore I'd keep those feelings to myself until we returned. And sure, things changed when those worms finally caught us, and even when we were taken in by Captain One Eye, but I made a promise, and I meant to keep it. I suppose telling you now means I'm not much of a mirror of my word. For as much faith as I have in our captain, seeing our crew and supplies dwindle has me wondering if we'll ever make it back at all. And if that's the case, and we don't have much time left, I'd rather my feelings not remain unknown. If that vow is the only thing Gold Arbor managed to break in me, I'll consider myself the luckiest elf alive. That and Murph seem utterly annoyed that I haven't confessed this to you after all this time. I was surprised he cared so much, but he assured me he didn't. He was just tired of hearing the same excuses from you for not telling me how you felt. Really, hope he's not pulling my leg, but I've never known Murph to be the joking type. So I'm leaving this letter in your bunk for you to find when I take watch and you're headed in to sleep. If you don't feel the same, throw this letter into the Azure Sea when you come to relieve me, and I'll be content living or dying as just your friend and crewmate. But if you do, and Divines, I hope you do, I'd like to make up for those scars while we still have time. Yours if you'll have me, Adrelia.
I wish Adrelir were here. He'd have loved to see you kill the quartermaster. Excuse me.
No, you're all right.
Not injured too badly, if that's what you're asking. I'm holding it together. For Captain One Eye. I'll be able to fight. My heart may be broken, but my bow's just fine.
There's a letter on the sand from Adrelir. It's addressed to you.
Cag found it. I couldn't bear to finish reading it. Everything I wanted to hear from Adrelir coming to me too late. I feel so lost. I don't know what to do.
Just do what you can. But I think he'd want you to read the rest of the note when you're ready.
Really? Well then. I'll read it after the battle, as a reward for surviving. I can't let this pain stop me now. Not when the rest of the crew is counting on me.
On the sand? What are you talking about? It's on this trunk. It's on a stump here. Hang on a second. Is there another one? There no. It must be that one. There can't be another one. Impossible.
You're here about the ones I found, aren't you? Sailors, no. Prisoners, no. Both. Ready to break their shackles. We could help. Help break them free and take on more hands for the Spriggan, yes?
It sounds like you're talking about some kind of mutiny.
Yes. No, not on Captain One-Eye. Never, never. Unshriven, on Daedra, among Captain Sane's crew. So near mutiny, but something held them back. Made myself known to try to help. They chased me back into the shadows. Someone else can help. Maybe you?
Maybe. Where did you find these crew members?
In the caves there. Old smuggling tunnels, they must have been. Go down, through, and across a wooden bridge. Oh, but beware the watchlings. If they see you, it will be all the harder to get the mutineers to safety.
I'll see what I can do.
Did you speak to Suraj? Captain wants you to speak to Suraj. He is small and easy to miss, but he is right there.
Where? Oh. She's right. Suraj?
Don't be offended that I snuck back on my own in case you got caught, Longstrider. I'm never going back to the Catherwall. But listen, on my way here, I hid in a crate and found a piece of Cold Harbor's teeth.
Cold Harbor's teeth? What's that?
Big, wretched siege weapon. Hits with the very hatred of Cold Harbor. Blows against the ship are ruinous, and those against crew are fatal. No idea what it would do to Valek Sane and his lot, but Suraj would love to find out.
So we'd need to collect the pieces to assemble the weapon ourselves?
Spot on. I used the magic to mark the crates with the pieces, since I couldn't carry them off myself. Find them in that cave behind you. Then we'll build it on the Bonnie Spriggan. And then we'll be the ones spilling blood on the water, yes?
I'll see what I can do.
Go get those components for the siege weapon, Longstrider. Or do what Argy says. Suraj isn't your captain. Figure it out yourself. I'm trying to catch some fish. Someone's got to make sure this crew gets fed.